Joining Jackson and I here is Ezra Crowley, the Executive Director of the Minnesota Songwriter Sanctuary. Ezra, thank you so much for joining us. Let's talk about kind of what this sanctuary for songwriters is. Walk us through that first.
So basically the Minnesota Songwriter Sanctuary is a 32-channel recording studio that we run as a nonprofit organization so that it's free for the artists that record there. The only thing that we ask is that they play a show in Henderson while they're there.
Super cool.
That's awesome. So why do you want to provide this for songwriters and bands in the local area?
A couple of reasons. I've been a musician my entire life, and I know that even the successful musicians that I know, or like acclaimed musicians you might say, are not often financially successful. And recording an album is probably the most expensive thing you'll ever do in your career as a musician, so to be able to provide that just really helps people that are up and coming. The second is that I spent many years working in commercial recording studios, and what I found is that oftentimes the people that have the money to be there are not the ones that you would prefer to be recording. So by removing money from the equation, we can essentially invite in people that are talented regardless of their financial situation.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Walk us through the studio. What does it look like? What can people expect if they walk in and want to record?
Well, we have a big tracking room, a control room. The tracking room has a lot of instruments in it already that you can use, but most artists have their own. We have the control room, and then we have 3 isolation booths. And it's state-of-the-art equipment, Neumann microphones, Neve preamps, SSL preamps. About as high quality as you can get without being, you know, one of the $1 million studios that really has like, you know, $250,000 consoles and stuff like that.
Super
For sure.
neat.
Now, do you yourself produce music or write music at all?
I do both, yeah. And kind of getting back into writing was part of the impetus for starting this and for moving back to Minnesota in the first place. But I produce. I also have an engineer that I've been training who lives in Henderson. And at this point, he can run sessions all by himself and knows how to do the whole studio top to bottom. I have a couple other engineers that have gone through engineering school, and they come down from the cities and help with sessions, but primarily it would be me engineering.
Absolutely. What's your favorite part about working with local artists in this space that you've been able to create?
Just seeing how excited they are about it. Just, you know, the last few bands we've had there, the sessions just turned out amazing, and to hear them, you know, talk amongst themselves even about like, I can't believe like we were able to do this, and like, you know, the last band that was there, the singer's trying to buy a car and the drummer's trying to move to a different apartment, and they wouldn't have been recording if not for this. And to be able to help people do that is, especially I grew up really poor, so to be able to help other people that are...
A sense of give back to the community?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. What are the goals and expectations for the Songwriter Sanctuary?
My biggest goal right now would be to become financially sustainable without grants, because that's another huge part of my job is writing grants, and the engineering and throwing shows is kind of enough work for me.
Yeah,
for sure.
To be able to just make it sustainable in doing that would be wonderful. And then just to like broaden out, I mean, our schedule is about as full as it could be right now, to be honest, but yeah, probably financial sustainability. Beyond that, if I could move it to a farm in the woods or something,
There you go.
that would be really nice.
That's awesome.
Super neat.
If people wanted to help support you, where could they do that?
Songwritersanctuary.org. We have a list of all the events there, a lot of information about the studio, and a donation page.
Okay.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
very
us
much,
today.
Ezra.